Hello everyone, welcome to Thoughts on Education by Collegedunia. Today we have with us Dr. Shiv Dutt Gupta. Before beginning the interview, I would like to grab the opportunity to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. S.D. Gupta. He is the chairman of Indian Institute of Health Management Research, Jaipur. Dr. Gupta is a leading public health professional with a distinguished academic and research career. He obtained his MD from India and PhD from Johns Hopkins University, USA. He was conferred Fellowship of Academy of Medical Science, India, for his outstanding contribution in the field of public health. He has done pioneering work of creating and establishing new discipline of health management and promoting research in health policy and health system and programs. He has championed the cause of quality improvement and capacity building in healthcare in India and Southeast Asia. Dr. Gupta is the recipient of QIMPRO Gold Standard Award 2009 for quality of healthcare. Over the past 3.5 decades of his distinguished career, he has completed more than 100 research studies and projects supported by various organizations and agencies and have more than 100 research publications to his credit. So let's begin with the interview. My first question to you, sir, is that being the chairperson of IIHMR, what is your philosophy of leadership? How would you describe your leadership style?
Thank you, Joseph, for inviting me to talk to young people in this country. Being a chairman of IIHMR, what is the philosophy of my leader? I never thought that I am a chairperson of a university, an institution. For me, again, it's a workplace, which I love so much, and I'm a friend of my faculty and staff. And I always believed in giving things to our students and give them opportunity to learn. The whole idea was to create an environment, enabling environment for students to learn and with openness. It was so necessary. So finally, if you ask me what was my leadership style, well, I must say that there is no one leadership style. The leadership style I have is very much situational. Definitely, I have a vision for the future, I have strategies and how to go about it. But you have to adopt a style according to the situation, which we call as situational leadership. So at points I'm a consultative person, at points I'm a supportive person, at points I delegate authority, and at points I become directive, I give direction. But importantly, people should see you, that you are a competent, knowledgeable person and people have something to gain from. That relationship has to exist, that you are going to help them, nurture them, and they should feel that by associating with you, they are going to get. So that's how do you describe this leadership style? It's up to you, but you should be a useful person. You should be seen as useful and knowledgeable person and a good human being by your fellow colleagues and students. So this chairmanship is not to boss over. This chairmanship is to build institutions, and this chairmanship is to build professional lives of young people. It is not like that for me.
Sir, it is said that the best leader is the one who creates more leaders. So after your answer, I can easily say that your leadership is situational as well as inspirational in style. So let's...
You're right. That is the fundamental philosophy.
Yes. So let's move on.
The great leaders are those who those who produce new leaders, and at some point of time, these new leaders take over and take the things in hand and carry on the change.
Yes.
Yes.
So, sir, when you first came to IIHMR, what was your vision for the institute? Has it evolved over time? And how far along in implementing that vision are you?
No, with me, the situation was that I was a faculty in medical college in public health. And I had, being a faculty in medical college, I had served in rural areas with great passion for over 9 years and grooming young medical graduates in delivery of healthcare in the rural areas. So my association with the people in the villages and with the young medical graduates, made me a very different kind of person. I always thought that way, and I knew about what the life of people is in the rural areas and what are their needs. So when I came to IIHMR, and since this was health management was a new discipline created by us, now it was our responsibility, where do we take it, whether it is accepted by the industry as well as by the young graduates and the professionals. So the vision was to take the discipline to, in fact, establish this discipline and set agenda for health management, research, policy, and program evaluation, and make IIHMR as a world-class learning center for hospital and health management. Unfortunately, we could really reach that level. So we have produced over 4,000 management graduates, and rest is the history. They are everywhere in India and across outside the country as well. Go to the ministries, go to the state ministries, in the health sector, you go to any international organization, or any voluntary organization, or a research and consulting organization, or UN organization. So they are there. So there is a total paradigm change in management of health institutions and hospitals in the country. So this vision was to improve the standards of health of the people in the country. That's what we thought, and we succeeded. And our instrument of change, that is improving standards of health, was management, education, research, and training in the health sector. To efficiently manage, effectively manage these institutions. The whole idea was to make the services, health services, accessible and available with high quality. That was what was thought of, and our graduates have done that. I'm really very happy about what we could contribute to the lives of people.
Of course, sir. Of course, IIHMR is one of the renowned institutes, and I can say that you have very closely achieved your vision. So, sir, what are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
We had, originally, as I told you, that I was teaching in medical college. So I had my nuances in the technical education, especially in medical education. And I had an opportunity to go to and study at the Johns Hopkins. There was a huge exposure to new learning environment and how to build such environment. What are the teaching methods, and how the knowledge is delivered and how it is assessed, and what is the environment created for it. So that is what that influenced me a lot. So when I came back to India and took over the reins of IIHMR, so I did not copy anybody. I tried to create a different institution with a very different learning culture, where there was openness, there was trust between the students and faculty, there was accountability, there was transparency, and this was so much important. So it was an experiment in education, basically, to create an organization that provides a different culture. And this I imbibed from my, study when I was studying in the US. The Johns Hopkins is a great university, and I had opportunity, and I also taught over there. So my basic connect is from my medical education and also my education in the US, and bringing that skill or competence or that idea into IIHMR. That's how I got into. Many times I did not agree with, regulating institutions about education and assessment of the students, and likewise. But then I made it a point, in those days. So we did experimentations, like, you get the paper set from outside and then collect the copies, examination copies, and send it to some other examiner, and it will take months. We created a modular structure. And the exam day, there is no other day. The last day of the course is the examination day. So there was no need of notification. The faculty will prepare paper, and after 2 hours, the copies will be returned and faculty will grade. So those who are regulating education, they were not willing to believe that this is possible in India. But this is all trust that you make between the student and the faculty, and being the chairperson and director of the institute, I had to trust, I had to build trust. So it was a new experiment in education sector, and now this new education policy, if you look at it, it talks about it. Creative and creating learning environment, culture, all that this talks now. So we started way back in early 90s. What now this new education policy says. So ours was an experiment. So we created our own world of education. And that's why we are unique and different.
So, sir, I think because of the wide vision that we discussed right now, I think because of that, you were successful to implement a new policy in your institute and gain success in it. So, I would like to ask you that, do you have any...
Yeah.
Please, sir. Please, sir.
No, please go ahead.
Okay. So, I would like to ask you that...
Yes, please go ahead.
Do you have any valuable advices that you would like to give to the students who are about to begin their careers in the professional world?
Well, I think in the modern era, the values have changed over generations. But some of the things which are not changed and will not change is to really create a vision for yourself, set an agenda for yourself, and commit to it, and do hard work. try to gain as much knowledge as you can. And then must enjoy what you are studying. It's not that since somebody is pressurizing you and you are doing it. So set your own agenda. What you want to be, you decide. And accordingly, when you take admission in any institution, do it with commitment and work hard. And remember, you are in a professional institution like a management institute or engineering institute. You are for a particular period of life. And this is the also time, the age bracket where you are in transition. You will never become a student after this. So this is your last opportunity to formal education and learn. So devote yourself to this. But along that side, we need to, our young generation has the responsibility of future of this country. And the situations are changing very fast. So we need to maintain certain core values. The core values, which I said, the integrity, high quality, be humble, and learn to work together with people. Share your ideas, learn from others, and very important skill that you require to be successful in the class as well as in the professional life. Your listening skills. Be a good listener. That is very, very important. We know we suffer from I know kind of syndrome. But this is where you stop learning. The moment you say, I know, you have decided not to learn from it. So you should be a good listener to learn. And then work hard. Think beyond imagination what is possible. And then start acting on it. So this is where the journey of life should begin. I, as a young man, and I'm 70, as a young man, I never thought of anything except for my work. I enjoyed working with people in the villages. I was available 24 hours to deliver services to them. They could come to me anytime, 24 hours, and it was a village setting. But that gave me such a knowledge and experience for my life. Whatever I am, I'm because of those 8 years in the villages I spent 24/7. And that is reflected in my whole behavior and action. So what I'm trying to emphasize is to know people, learn from them, with them, set some values for you, and also set your agenda or vision and commit to it. That's what I like to say for future. You can go into any discipline. You can choose any professional course, but these are some basic things which are necessary for your personal growth as well as professional growth.
Thank you for your advices, sir. To all the people who are viewing this video, I would also like to inform you that IIHMR University has recently launched SD Gupta School of Public Health, coinciding with its 36th foundation day. So let's hear more about SD Gupta School of Public Health from Dr. SD Gupta himself. Sir, would you like to tell us more about the school and its objective?
But this school was set up or announced on October 5, 2020. And it was a big surprise to me that it is named after me. It was really, um, I could really not, I was not prepared, honestly, for this kind of recognition and honor. But I'm very thankful to the management and my friends who thought to name it like that. Why we did it? You know, we set up a school of this Indian Institute of Health Management Research, which focuses on health management and hospital management. Then we set up School of Pharmaceutical Management, and then a School of Development Management. But this COVID story, the pandemic, Corona pandemic, and this thoroughly exposed all we public health professionals and the health professionals community that we could do little for preventing the spread of coronavirus. As you all know now, we are how many? About 80 lakhs or 90 lakhs, and soon we'll be reaching 1 crore cases in India, and about 125,000 people have died. And we had no treatment, no vaccine. Only thing was prevent the spread of this disease. Unfortunately, my friends in public health and health professionals had little knowledge of doing so for an unknowing disease. This disease was not known earlier, it was a new virus. So it was a big challenge. So in India, there are at least 60 institutions that offer training and education in public. What was the need of setting up another school while there are so many? The whole idea was to prepare our public health professionals and also young professionals to opt to come into the health sector, irrespective of their background, medical or non-medical or dental or economics or finance or biomedical, biotechnology, any of them. Decide to come into managing health sector or in public health. The whole idea is to build capacity in practice of public health. Not only knowledge of public health, but practice of public health. What I mean to say is that had we known how to take on this challenge of coronavirus pandemic, it would have not spread that much. So that prompted us, and being on the advisory group of the government on COVID prevention and control, we felt probably we have to reskill the community, public health professionals community and the new generation. And we also see there will be much more challenges in the remaining 80 years of this 20%. So how do we prepare? So this school is not going to be an ordinary run-of-the-mill school, but a thought leader. In addition to offering master's degree in public health, it will have another new area or a new discipline as of implementation science in healthcare. And then this artificial intelligence in predicting such pandemics or predicting the illness among people and help them beforehand that there are chances you pick up this. So this is what we had in mind. We were working on this idea for the last 4 or 5 years. And this year it has been announced. So this is how this school is conceptualized. And let us see how does it unfold. And we are going to do international and national networking and build partnerships and give exposure to the students and professionals who come to the school to develop mastery in implementation science and practice of public health. And also managing health using modern tools in improving health of the people as such. So that is the basic driver, I would say, or the motivation to start this school of public health.
Sir, with this great foundation and great objective that you have for the school, I'm sure that you will gain success in that also. And I would like to thank you, sir, for connecting with us and lightening our minds with your words. I'm 100% sure that this interview will help various students across the globe. So with this a small note, I would like to conclude this session. Thanks again for a truly memorable interview. Take care.
Thank you so much, Josefa Hussain. It was nice. And I'll be very happy to talk again to the young generation. I want them to be ready for the 21st century.
Thank you, sir.
And there's a huge generation gap between us and the younger generation. We like to bridge this gap. They need to learn us and we will learn from them. But we have to take this country forward.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. All the best.